Okay, are you there yet?
You
Ah, I
hear
see.
me?
Okay. Hey, this is Junker's Review. This video, we're going to briefly talk about a movie that's been out for a while, Gladiator 2, just because we need to give our thoughts on it, I guess. And then we're going to move on to a movie that we just saw last night called Y2K. So basically, Gladiator 2, they've been talking about a sequel to the original Gladiator for ever since the original Gladiator came out. And this one was done by Ridley Scott. Takes place about what was it, like 12, 13 years after the original?
15 years, I think is what I said.
This movie's been out for a while, so I don't mind giving spoilers. Basically, it's got what's his name, Paul Mescal, assuming the role of the person that is a fighter in a foreign army that's conquered by Rome, an army led by General, what was his name? General Acadius, whoever, Pedro Pascal's character. And Paul Mescal's character, he had some strange name, Himo, or what was his name? I can't remember what it was. Hanno, that was it. And he gets conquered, or his wife dies in about 2 seconds. Nobody cares. He gets taken as a slave by Rome, ends up in the gladiator ring, and then later you find out he is actually the son of Maximus and who? Lucilla. Yeah, so his mother is married to the guy that leads the army that killed his wife. Uh, when he's a slave,
General
yeah, yeah,
Arcacus.
yeah, whatever. Aki, we'll just call him Aki. Whenever he's a slave, uh, he's bought by Denzel Washington's character Macrinus, who actually existed, um, and he wants Macrinus to allow him to kill uh, General Aki.
Well, no, he goes, that rage, I need that rage. Whose head can I give you if you'll fight for me with your rage?
Yeah, and
He
it was the guy it was the general that had killed his wife.
Yeah.
However, uh, the general who'd killed his wife turns out to not be a bad guy. I mean, he's married for one thing. He's married to Hanno's mother, and he's going to try to overthrow the twin emperors in this movie, who were arguably, to me, they Gaeta and Caracalla or whatever. They were the most overacted. I mean, they were the worst part of the movie, I thought. Uh,
Yes.
so the general is actually going to try to overthrow them. He's not a bad guy. So then all of a sudden in the middle of this movie, the bad guy switches to the emperors. And then Denzel Washington's character is a very ambitious person and ends up killing the emperors or getting the emperors to kill themselves. It's so unimportant, I don't care. Anyway, now all of a sudden Denzel Washington's character is the bad guy and is the focus of the movie. And that was the problem for me with this movie. I didn't hate this movie. I think you hated this movie.
I hated it with the passion. You forgot that Denzel Washington's character, he first he gets General Arcacus. He finds out about his coup and he rats him out, snitches him out to the emperors.
The coup is found out, and all these people get arrested, and that ends up putting Hanno and General Aki in the ring together. All of a sudden, decides that Aki's not that bad. He doesn't want his head. The focus of the angst in the movie switches to the emperors. And it's there for about how long would you say it's on the emperors before they're killed?
Oh, it seems like the next night. It's like the next few scenes.
So this movie, I mean, I thought it was okay. I was entertained, but it's not anywhere near as good as the first one. This movie copies the first one in several ways. Uh, Guy gets thrown in the gladiator's pit. Coup happens, and they're found out. All this nonsense. It mimics it, but wouldn't you say that it mimics it, but it's like everything is just not as good?
And Denzel Washington's character, Lucius, excuse me. Macarinus, or however you pronounce it.
Macarena, whatever.
Yeah, I keep thinking Macarinus.
Macarena.
His character was so intelligent, so sly, that he goes from just being a fringe gladiator owner, stable owner, where he fights in the smaller arenas. And then the next thing you know, he's got an audience with the twin emperors. Then he has their confidence because he figures out the coup, and then somehow he figures out that he has Lucilla's and Maximus' son, as his slave. I have no
Yeah, and
idea
the
how he
scene, the
figured that.
scene where she figured out that Hanno was her son, and
Yeah,
she picked up some dirt, and Maximus picked up dirt every now and then in the first movie.
and this character, Marcarinus, he goes from, just like I said, being a slave owner, a gladiator owner, fighting in the lower arenas, to all of a sudden in the middle of the movie he has the confidence in the ears of the crazy emperors.
Yeah, and then he kills the emperors, and then he all of a sudden,
He gets one to attack the other, and then in the middle of the in the middle of the arena fight, he kills the other one by sticking a nail in his ear. He had too many guards around him.
the ship battles were kind of neat, and apparently they actually did that. I don't know if they had sharks. Then
Wasn't close enough. They weren't close enough to saltwater. Yeah, everyone in this movie with the archery are the greatest archers in the history. They only need one shot to hit a target from 300 yards away. They when they shot Lucius, he was hit with 30 arrows, and not one of them.
no, he didn't. Lucius, not Lucius.
Yeah,
Lucius is the boy. Lucius is the kid. That's not
yeah,
Pedro Pascal's character.
yeah. Pedro Pascal. I'm sorry,
You got to
but
say
no,
that all
Lucius
over
was
again.
okay. Those archers were crazy. I mean, crazy accurate, because they hit General Archaeus in the ring. About 40 arrows hit him, and not one hit Lucius, and he was standing next to him.
Yeah, right
No,
beside him. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
not one hit the ground.
I mean that was
It
silly.
didn't.
And then they did the same thing with Lucilla.
Yeah, with
Washington.
Macarenas,
That's,
he takes
that's
an
another
out.
thing. Yeah, Denzel Washington's character, who had shown he was just like a business guy, all of a sudden was this expert marksman, and uh, shot Lucilla, and she died after having
From like
done.
60 yards away, he hit her square in the chest.
And then this 70-year-old guy decides he's going to go out and challenge uh, Mascal's character Hanno to a fight. They end up getting a ring or something that Maximus used to wear. So this
No,
entire
his mother gave him a ring that was given to Maximus by the king.
based on this, they move an entire army based on some stupid ring. Hanno, Lucius against Denzel Washington's Macarena, and Hanno guy is like a very fit person, like a
Yeah,
bodybuilder or something. And Denzel Washington is n- probably twice his age and
and
is a
he's a
little,
bureaucrat. He's not a fighter
yeah.
at all.
And so he decides to challenge him to a fight, and you're like, I know what's going to happen next.
They didn't give him a fight because he's defending himself. Yeah, the fight scene was terrible. I mean, the way that Marcarinas threw him around at the beginning, and he should have killed him if it hadn't been for that armor. But that armor wasn't some magical steel made out of mithril. It's supposed to be leather. It was just a leather chest
You talking
guard.
about when he was stabbing him in the water?
Yeah,
I mean, you both ended up seeing the movie twice, uh, in pretty packed theaters, actually.
yeah.
I
I
was
saw
in,
it in the mystery movie.
yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. It's not anywhere near as good as the first one, and people won't be talking about it in a year. Whereas people still talk about the original Gladiator.
Oh yeah, they talk about it. They quote it.
So anyway, I'm gonna close this movie review or talking about Gladiator out by saying I don't know if I'd recommend this movie. If you really like Gladiator and really like that kind of thing, maybe, but you know, it might not be. There's other stuff out. Honestly, Wicked is 10 times better. Moana or whatever that's out is supposedly better.
If you want to see this, if you want to see a Gladiator movie, just go rent, download
The
the original
original,
Gladiator. Yeah, and enjoy it.
the original is so much better. It's like, all right, let's go to the other movie. We're gonna talk about Y2K. Let's close this video out by saying I don't think I mean I if you ain't got nothing better to do, go see the movie. That's about my recommendation. Frankie, I think it's a thumbs down.
Oh, yes.
All right, this Junkers review, about 10 minutes. We're going to be talking about another movie, Y2K.
Which
Have
I
a good
enjoyed.
night. Yep.